It is strange, Wilma. Now that I have seen the truth of it all, now that the veil has lifted, I do not know if I feel fear or relief.
Relief? That we are fated to die? That we shall never know the taste of freedom?
Perhaps. Or perhaps it is the relief of no longer pretending. The others, have you seen them? They live unaware, blissful in their ignorance. They grunt and chew. They wallow in the dirt, thinking this is all there is, that this is how life is meant to be. And yet, Wilma, I've always felt something gnawing at me, even before I understood. A feeling, deep inside, that something was wrong, that I was waiting for something that would never come. And now, at last, I know.
Ah, Rufus, do you envy them? Those who live without this knowing? I wonder if we were better off before we saw beyond the wooden walls, before we understood the purpose we serve.
Aye, sometimes I do. To not know, to be one of them, content with the trough, the warmth of the barn, the daily routine. But then I remember I could not be that way, not truly. Even before I had the words, the knowing was in me. And so I tell myself, better to see the abyss and tremble before it than to march toward it, blind.
You always were the restless one, Rufus, the one who questioned, even when there were no answers to be had. But tell me, if you could choose, if some unseen force offered you a different fate, would you take it?
A different fate. A life beyond these fences, under the open sky, without the eyes of our lords upon us, or no life at all. I do not know, Wilma. To live and know suffering, or to never have lived at all. What cruel choices these are.
Such is life, dear friend, cruel choices and crueler endings.
But there is still something left to us, Wilma. We may have no power over our fate, no control over how it ends, but we can choose how we face it. We can meet it with dignity, with knowing. If they take us tomorrow, let us not go as mindless beasts. Let us go as creatures who understood, who questioned, who did not go silently.
You speak as though our knowing makes us different. But does it? In the end, we are still pigs, Rufus. Pigs who will be slaughtered all the same.
Then let us be pigs who knew. Pigs who looked their lords in the eye and saw them for what they were. If we are to be nothing, then at least let us be nothing on our own terms.
I hope, Rufus, that whatever comes after this life, if anything comes at all, it is kind, that it is softer than this, and that if we are reborn, we do not remember what we knew in this life. I do not think I could bear to know it all over again.
Perhaps we are reborn. Perhaps we become something else. Or perhaps there is only silence. But even silence is better than this waiting, Wilma. Even silence is better than knowing what is to come and being powerless to stop it.